Good morning, friends. Welcome back to the Say What podcast. My name is Hannah, and on this podcast, we like to talk about things that people don't want to talk about out loud. And if you're watching this on YouTube, hello. I'm so happy to see your face. I wish I could see your face. You can only see mine. But hello. So happy to have you on YouTube. And if you could subscribe and like, it would mean the world to me and really help me out. But I also have a guest. If you're on YouTube, you can see that we have a guest on the podcast today. Caroline is back. Hello, Caroline.
Ooh, hello.
I'm so happy to have you.
Thanks.
Recording with you is just so much more fun than by myself. So it's a good time.
I love it a lot too. This is my first time with the new pink backdrop.
Ooh,
so
yes.
It's like a whole new Say What vibe.
What an honor, honestly. It's a fun thing. It's a fun time. It's an honor to have you, and the pink backdrop is happy to have you here too.
Oh, thank you.
Also, if you're watching on YouTube, you're going to see me play with my hair 5 million times. I'm really going to try not to be annoying the entire episode. However, I did cut my hair, and the girl who was so great, and honestly, I have considered I might go back to her because trying to find a new hair girl that you vibe with is so difficult. This will be my third person I've gone to, and I honestly vibed with her the best, and we just like had such a good connection. The salon was so cute. And she cut my hair like probably 2 or 3 inches shorter than what I asked for. And so I have like what it feels like a long bob. I'm like, I can't even pull my hair back. So it's okay. Everyone has said it looks so good. You guys are so nice to me. I've never gotten more messages about something that I posted about in my entire life. Like, I healed from vaginismus, and everyone's like, that's cool, good job. I cut my hair, and everyone's like, it looks amazing, which is so nice. Some people have been like, honestly, we like it better than the reference photo. I'm like, slay. Now, the reference photo, I just wanted the length. I didn't want the short bangs and the whatever. But still, people are just being so nice, and I'm very grateful. However, I'm having an identity crisis about it. So it's going to be fine. I'm going to move on. I ordered shampoo and conditioner. That is hair growth shampoo and conditioner before I pulled out of the parking lot.
Claire Pierce.
Yes, I got that from her. She recommended the Bondi Boost HG. So I went and got her link and said order, and it's delivered at 5:30 the next morning. So I will be washing my hair every single day with that. You know, it's going to be fine. It's going to get to the length that I want soon.
It is. Your hair grows so fast.
It grows so fast. And with this and the scalp massager, it's just going to be great. It's gonna be fun.
And it's great now. I truly understand. Like, it looks so good, and a million people can tell you that it looks so good, but when it's your head and you had a specific vision of what you wanted, there's nothing worse than it being different than that. And
you know what? She didn't even say, like, does this length good? Is this what you really want? She literally, I said, I kind of pointed to where I wanted, and I, like, showed her the picture. I was like, I like this length, you know, I'm nervous about cutting it, whatever. And she was like, okay, got it. She was like, I understand what you want. Like, you want more bangs, and you want the layers to kind of all go together. And I was like, yes. Like, when she was talking to me, I was like, that's exactly what I want. We are on the same page. And then she just cut. There was no like, is this the length? Is this the length? Is this the length? She literally just cut one, and I was like, ugh.
Honestly, I strive to have that much confidence.
Totally.
And honestly, audacity.
And y'all know I was sitting there like, it looks great. I love it. Couldn't love it more. I will be honest. I did tell her, I was like, wow, okay, this is a lot. Like, before she was drying it, I was like, I sent Caroline a picture of it wet too, and I was like, I'm not okay.
I was like in a meeting, and Hannah sent me a picture. Her hair is like still wet, and she's like, it's so short, I'm freaking out. And I look at the picture, and I'm trying not to freak out in the meeting that I'm in.
Right.
But I was like, that is definitely shorter than I know she wanted.
Right. And I told the girl, I was like, okay, this is a lot. I'm not really sure at the moment. I kept telling her, you're doing a great job though. I was like, you're doing exactly what I asked for. I literally told her that.
How dare we ever say
anything bad? Yep, I know. No. And so at the end, I was like, okay, I do like it. I really like this. Like, it's just going to take me some getting used to. Like, It's fine. But I really liked her. And, like, we had such a great connection. So I really might just, like, go back and be like, okay, like, we just talk more about it, you know?
Before you actually make a snip, let's... check in 3 times.
Yes, because the cut itself looks phenomenal.
Yeah, it really does.
The way that she did the bangs, the way that she did the layers, like, it is truly, and the color's great, yes. Yeah. And somebody else actually did the color, but it was fantastic, and I loved her, and we had a great connection too. So, you know, it was a good vibe all around, except for how short it was. So anyways, my personality is not going to be my hair forever, but it definitely is going to be for the next like 2 weeks. Oh, but lucky for you guys, you're not going to hear me complain about it next week, because I did want to say I am taking a week off. We are going to be on vacation, and so we're just taking a week off.
We meaning her and Thomas, not true. We meaning me and Hannah.
I know.
And I'm very sad and jealous and experiencing FOMO.
I know. So. I really wish you were there. Actually, I need to back up because this is coming out after I'm back from vacation. Oh. So you just didn't hear me last week, and it's fine. We're just going to leave that in because that is what it is. But you didn't hear me complain about it last week, and I hope that was good for you. So your little break from me complaining about my hair.
But just in case you forgot, Hannah got her haircut.
I did. In case you missed the 5,000 stories about it, I did get my haircut. Anyways, how are you?
Hopefully
better.
Yeah, I also recently got my haircut. I similarly have not found my hair girl in North Carolina yet, but right. I was in Augusta a couple weekends ago, just in town to visit family, and I messaged my hair girl from a previous life from like 5 years ago before we moved away from Georgia.
So many years ago.
And said, hey, I know you're booked. She like owns her own salon now, by the way. Like she's absolutely crushing it. Like, hey, I know you're fully booked. I know it's like in 2 days, but I'm going to be in town. If you have a last minute cancellation, I would love to come and see you and get my hair done, because just no one in North Carolina has figured out how to do it well yet. And then lo and behold, she had a last minute cancellation.
She had an opening.
So I went, got my haircut. Exciting.
And it's pulled up now, which looks great, but down, it really is such a vibe. Like, it looks phenomenal. The cut on you could not be better. Like, true. And the color. Like, it could not be better.
Thank you.
It's so cute.
She did a great job. I'm very pumped. I do have like a lot more bangs going on now, which is what I wanted, and it is great. But the reason I do have it pulled up right now is because my house does not have working air conditioning.
It does not.
And we're experiencing like record high heat waves here.
When I saw that it was like 105 the other day, I was like, so it's 105 in her house. Awesome.
Mm-hmm. And so I'm just constantly sweating in my home. That means my hair is always slightly damp, just with a sheen of sweat. And so wearing the hair down in the home right now is not really an option, because the bangs will be sticking to the forehead.
Absolutely.
The hair will be plastered to the back of my neck. So like up is where it needs to be for right now. But I'm so excited because we're moving this weekend, which is
incredible. Incredible for us, because we're not going to be here, so we don't have to carry anything. I'm just
Thomas is finally getting to not have to carry all of our heavy furniture for the 8th time.
Absolutely. I do feel so like sad that I'm not going to be here to help you, because like this is what we do when we move, or when someone needs something, we're there and we do it for each other. And not being here to help you move just doesn't feel right. I literally offered up my house for like your mom and your son, like, y'all can come here while they're packing. I'm like just trying to help in any way I possibly can. But
y'all are definitely still helping from afar, and they watched our little boy so we could pack a few weekends ago. But yeah, we're very excited to move, have air conditioning. We're gonna have access to a pool, so that's
game
changing
a real
for
all
win
of
for
us.
us all.
Yes.
So next time you see me, I will be a tanned bronze.
You'll be a whole new person.
Won't even know who I am. My hair will be down. I will be tan.
It'll be great.
Yeah,
it'll be great. That's so fun. But speaking of your mom and speaking of in-laws, which we weren't speaking of in-laws, but now we're gonna speak of in-laws.
But now we're going to.
We are doing a story episode today because they're the most fun to do, and we do have other serious podcasts that we want to record together that are like actually serious about like problem. Not the in-laws aren't problems. about problems. What we are hoping to record at some point, but in all of our free time, is about the purity contracts that people have to record. People have to record.
Well, record their contract,
their virginity.
It's a record of their virginity for their purity, per se.
We're recording this towards the end of the day, and that should tell
you can tell by
and we have our wine.
Cheers.
We have our Moscato, and just had to get a nice little cheers for that. We have our Moscato. Nice. We do our Wednesday night dinners, and it's actually Corbin's birthday week. So we are that's not the reason we have wine, but
completely unrelated. Actually,
but it's Corbin's birthday week. Happy birthday, Corbin!
Happy birthday!
He does listen to these when you're on them, so he'll hear that and he'll comment on YouTube. It'll be really sweet. So. Anyways, we are recording your in-law stories today, and I'm so excited to read these. We got some really good ones. I tried to not like read them in depth because I want to get my reaction on camera, but I do have to like screen them and read some of them. And now that I do these completely anonymous, Thomas actually could pick them, so maybe I should get him to pick our future ones so we can be like totally, first
shock.
response. But
I've not looked them at all, so
yeah, Caroline doesn't know them, but I did just the skimming, and there was a couple that literally made my mouth drop. Like, I could not believe that I was reading. So buckle up. This is going to be fun.
I love it.
I'm excited. Do you want to start?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's see. We live with my husband's family, so there's been many. Oh man.
Oh, living with your hold on, living with your in-laws. Wow.
Braver than the Marines, honestly.
Braver than the Marines.
And I say that with literally
fantastic
the best in-laws.
Oh, same. Thomas was like, "Are you going to share any stories?" And I was like, "I don't have any stories." That too
on the way over, I'm like, unfortunately, Hannah and I have great in-laws.
We have great in-laws. No, for real. I was like, I don't have any stories. I love my in-laws.
Yeah.
So I'm like, sorry, I don't have any tea to share with you. I love my in-laws.
I know.
So
Glad you do though, so you can share them with us.
Yes, absolutely.
So, they live with her husband's family. Mm-hmm. The most recent is being mad that I steam mopped the common area and cleaned for hours while 20 weeks pregnant with a toddler and so sick. Apparently, I was doing it to be malicious.
What?
His mom is so insecure about her lack of cleanliness.
Oh my gosh.
Not her taking you doing something kind as a personal attack.
Right. It's like, also, if you're insecure about your house, clean it. I'm like, how deep is that? Don't be mad when somebody else is cleaning it for you. You should be thankful that someone's cleaning it for you.
Absolutely.
Not mad about that.
Especially your 20-week pregnant daughter-in-law.
Yeah, and you're sick
and has a toddler running around.
Right. That can you come clean my house? I will praise you for doing that.
Like, let's go back. The fact that you're literally mopping while pregnant with a toddler.
I don't even mop now.
Yeah.
And I'm not pregnant.
Yeah. So
my husband mops.
Our hats are off to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm so sorry.
So sorry. That's truly terrible. Yes. That is truly terrible.
But proud of you for putting the cleanliness first, because gotta have a clean space.
I know that's like nesting too. You're just like, I need a clean space.
And I'm sure toddler is probably like picking up all the things off the floor and putting it in their mouth. So
totally understand.
Man.
All right, I will read my first one. I was 5 days postpartum with our first baby, and my mother-in-law was holding my son. She was talking about my husband. She glared at me and said, "You stole him from me." Like, ma'am, your son took my virginity. It just kept getting better and better. And not better that she would say that to you, but I love that he took your virginity. Like, fantastic. I hope that you said that.
I know. That's what I'm wanting to know. Like, did you actually say that? Because
right. That would have been, chef's kiss beautiful.
Wow.
But you stole him from me.
5 days postpartum, giving her a grandchild.
I know. I'm like, she literally gave you a grandchild. What do you mean? You wouldn't have a grandchild if y'all weren't together. Where's the gratefulness?
Oh, no.
Where's the gratefulness? That's insane.
Hannah and I would say pray every day. I don't think we pray this every day, but I do think about it often and pray about it sometimes, that we do not grow up to be like those boy moms.
Yes, I think about it all the time. Yeah. No, I think about it all the time. Today when I came home, or yesterday when I came home from getting my hair done, I was like, Tate, what do you think about my hair? And I'm like, oh my God, I need to seriously chill. Like, I was like, if he would have said he didn't like it, because he does say no to things. Yeah, it's true. If he would have said no, I would have not have come up from my bed. Like, I would have been unwell. And so I'm like, okay, Hannah, you need to chill. Like, breathe. And that's about it. But I got my nails done today. I was like, Tate, what do you think about my nails? And he went, yeah, and was like touching them, and it was very cute. So, but I'm like, amazing. Okay, I need to like bring it down some. Like, I gotta chill.
It's okay. It's fine. And we can enjoy their childhood, but then once they're full adults and have their own children,
right? We're not saying that.
No, we're not saying that.
Mm-mm. Yeah, no thanks.
Bless. Well,
truly.
I hope the rest of your postpartum experience was much more positive.
Yeah, I don't know, but I hope it was.
Woo. All right, so my next story is, I'm assuming this is the mother-in-law saying this. Mm-hmm. Is that how you're going to lose all the baby fat? As I was bouncing my 6-week-old to sleep in the Moby Round.
Is that how you're going to lose the baby fat? It's the body shaming for me.
Not losing the weight 6 weeks postpartum.
Also, like, I love that you're, rocking your baby, like holding your baby and like bouncing up and down.
Your mother-in-law to be in your space while you're 6 weeks
and sounds like she's just sitting down while you're holding the baby. Like, well, you might not want her to hold your baby, which I understand.
She could go do some dishes or fold some laundry or something.
Absolutely.
She doesn't need to be sitting there commenting
about your body.
Right. That's
to jail, insane.
Honestly.
Yeah, no. I wish I had the confidence in those moments to just like say some like intense comeback, but I think I would have been too shocked.
Yes.
Too stunned to speak. Yeah.
Especially with all those hormones. Doesn't say how you reacted, but
right.
All reactions are
valid.
Yes.
Totally valid.
So sorry. Yikes.
This one is starting out with there are too many to pick from, which you know it's going to be good if you've got so many to pick from. And I'm just sorry that you have so many to pick from also. Okay. The one that hurt me the most was after I had my son. I had a pretty traumatic birth where myself and my son almost died. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. After being discharged from the hospital, they came to watch the SEC championship game 3 days since being home. My mother-in-law called my husband asking what I was going to make them to eat while they were over. My husband told her that I was in fact not going to make anything because I was supposed to be resting after my C-section. She got upset and said, well, I guess I'll just starve then. She then went on to complain about why I wasn't, quote, doing better yet because it wasn't, quote, that bad. She also told me I should be breastfeeding and gave me a huge lecture on that, which I was actually very upset about because I wasn't able to breastfeed but that was my plan. I struggle with PCOS and endometriosis, so I was never ever able to get enough milk to feed him. I tried for 2 months pumping every 3 hours. The most I ever got was 2 ounces. So I had a ton of guilt feeling like I wasn't able to provide for my child with something so basic. So that made it 10 times worse since she threw it in my face that it should have been easy. So many things to unpack here. So many things to unpack. First, I'm so sorry that you did not get the breastfeeding journey that you want and that you almost died during childbirth. I have no words. I'm just so sorry for that.
Glad that you're okay.
Yes.
And your baby's okay. And that is the most important thing.
Absolutely.
Always.
But her expecting you to make them food?
They're
supposed to be bringing you food and waiting on you hand and foot.
Stunned. Shocked.
Yeah. No words.
And here's the thing. If that's going to be your attitude, lady, like, please do not come.
Right.
Do not be in my space. Do not be in my home. Do not be around my baby.
And you can bring food and cook for them. And if you're not going to cook for them, at least pick up takeout and bring it for everybody.
I guess I'll just starve. No, ma'am. You can go through the McDonald's drive-thru. Thank you very much.
Right. You're a grown woman. You feed yourself.
Like,
how do you feed yourself at home?
Order. Thank you.
And you're supposed to be making them food, considering they just had a baby.
Right.
And honestly, you should be thankful that she's letting you in your house 3 days after having a baby.
Right.
As well.
And like hosting an event.
Yeah, that's insane. That is, how do people get away with saying these things?
She just gave you a grandchild. Like, she does not need to provide you with literally anything else forever.
No.
I'm so sorry.
That's crazy. That is so insane.
Wow.
Again, so sorry. I'm so glad that you're okay though and made it out.
I also want to know, what did your husband say back to her?
I know. Well, he did say, she said that my husband told her I was in fact not making anything.
Okay.
But I also would love to know what he said whenever she was upset about the breastfeeding. Yeah. It sounds like he was like supportive though, which is good.
We love that.
He stood up to her, which is fantastic. Yes. Stand up to your moms, boys.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, our sons will never have
never ever like
never.
Tate will never have to say anything to me. Conrad will never say anything to you. It'll be fine because we're gonna be perfect. Perfect.
Honestly, that is, I'm like remembering things even now. I'm like, okay, like my mom did this and this was so helpful. Like my mother-in-law did this. This is so helpful because I'm like, I want to like be wanted. I want to be wanted to have around.
Right. You want your son and his wife when they have a baby, like to call you and like say like, oh, she'll be great and she'll come over and help. Like you want those to be the things that we say.
Yeah.
Not
like this mother-in-law.
Yeah.
Yikes. My apologies. My condolences.
Truly.
All right. This one says, my mother-in-law yelled at me and told me I was being selfish for not letting her invite dozens of her friends we've never met to our wedding.
No. I feel like this is so many people's story.
Yes. This is such a classic. Unfortunate mother-in-law trope.
Yes.
Keep in mind, we were paying for the wedding ourselves. Oh, great. They aren't even contributing.
Oh my gosh.
Very small budget, and it was tough for us to cut down to our list to fit in the venue. Relatable. Mm-hmm. We had to make some hard cuts and didn't get to invite close family friends. But yet I'm selfish for not letting my mother-in-law invite people my husband and I have never even met.
That's insane. If you're not paying for it, you don't get a single say.
Exactly.
And if you're paying for it, you might get like the tiniest bit of say, but not really.
Right.
You know, it's your wedding.
If you're helping pay for the wedding, that means you're doing it as like a gift. That doesn't mean you're doing it and you get to control the vibes.
Totally. And who's in the guest list, like that's insane.
Right.
People with this audacity is just... we'll never understand.
Yeah, we'll never understand.
We'll never understand.
And the fact that there were close friends who didn't even get to come.
Right.
But they wanted their like coworkers nephew to come.
No, just no.
I'll never understand. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. If they want to do that, or if in the future if there are parents or in-laws who want to have like, you know, 20, 25, however many other people come to the wedding and it's not going to work, you know what they can do? They can throw you a lovely engagement dinner or like a post-wedding celebration dinner for the people who did not get to come to the wedding.
And they better show up with a check.
And then, you know, then you get another opportunity for people to bring some gifts. You get another chance for a lovely dinner. And then they can invite whoever they want to that. And they can host it and they can plan it and they can pay for it.
And they can also bring you checks. That's what I'm saying. If you're inviting if your parents' friends are inviting their friends, they better bring their money.
That's right.
Like, you clearly have it for, you know, how old you are. So, like, you better bring your money if you're coming to this. That's all I have to say.
Jeez.
All right, my next story is when we were having our first baby, I wanted to labor with just my partner in the room. After I was in labor for 15 hours, my mother-in-law came to the hospital and said she wanted to say a prayer over me and that she would wait in the waiting room. I was less than thrilled, but said fine. She comes in, sits down, and asks my partner to get her a soda. She continues to sit there, asking him to do things for her, never saying a prayer. I was fuming. After 6 hours, she finally went home. Later that evening, I had an emergency C-section. We didn't get to sleep until around 4 a.m. and we're up by 8. I had labored for 27 hours, so I didn't sleep the previous night either. At 10 or so, she came to see our baby. While I hobbled around after being cut open and having a spinal leak, she asks, "When do you think you'll have another?" I am speechless. It's the "when do you think you'll have another" after immediately having one baby for me.
This is like,
I could not imagine. I can't imagine.
I can't even, I'm struggling to wrap my brain around this being reality. Like in what, like all of these terrible things in such a short period of time when you are literally going through one of the hardest, most beautiful, and then also like very traumatic like experiences of your life.
And she's just sitting there?
And you are being so gracious to let her even be in the building.
Oh, yeah. No. As much as I love my parents and my in-laws, I was like, well, that we lived in Colorado, but even when we live here, I'm like, you're not coming. Yeah. Like, no. I'm not trying to have my legs spread for the world to see.
Right.
No.
Yeah. No.
And go through that pain. I said whatever my heart desired when I was going through those contractions, and I didn't need anybody sitting there judging me for it.
Absolutely
much
not.
less my mother-in-law.
Absolutely not. Also, not the mother-in-law being manipulative and being like, "Can I come and pray for you?" and like using that as her end to
and she never
hang
prayed
out for labor.
That's insane. That is absolutely insane.
Jesus,
That's
what would Jesus do? Not that.
Not that.
Not that.
That is so psychotic. And then after all that trauma, be like, when do you think you're gonna have another baby? When your baby is what?
A question
23 hours old.
Never ask anyone, honestly.
Ever. Just
don't do it.
That kept getting worse.
Yeah.
And I'm so sorry.
I couldn't believe that it just kept going.
It just kept going. That was unreal. I'm so sorry. So sorry.
These mother-in-laws are wild.
Yep.
This one's short. She just said, "My father-in-law tried framing my husband for a crime that my father-in-law committed."
Excuse me? I have so many questions.
I also have so many questions.
Framing?
I need more tea.
He committed a crime?
I'm like, what kind of crime?
I need to know.
How far did he go trying to frame the husband?
Absolutely. This is an anonymous form, so you can go and fill it out and tell me what they said.
Like,
I need to know.
Like, this is, so she's saying her husband and her father-in-law. So literally a father framing his son. Like, not even his son-in-law.
No,
like
he's framing his
actual
son.
literal son for a crime that he committed.
I need to know everything. I feel like it's about money. I feel like it's some like laundering thing. I don't know why I feel that way. I just feel like he was laundering money, like mattress firm, you know?
Absolutely.
It's like I feel like this is
100%.
like he owns a mattress firm. That's what it is.
You know what? Speaking of, Corbin and I were talking about this yesterday. You know what I also think is like a money laundering front?
What?
Sunglasses Hut.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Like, think about it.
Why are there so many?
Why are there so many? Who do you know in your actual life
has
who's
ever
like,
shopped
oh
there?
Yeah, I just like went and got a new pair of sunglasses at the Sunglass Hut.
No.
Is it Sunglasses
I think
Hut?
I
Hut?
don't know which one it is.
Whatever
but
it is.
I don't know a single person that's bought sunglasses.
We were walking
from there.
past one of the mall. I'm like, that's not real.
That's not real.
That's
no,
fake.
No.
Yeah.
That's so true. That has to be it. I keep seeing commercials for Sunglass Hut though, so they at least are making commercials like they're real.
Interesting. They're really keeping the charade up.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Wow.
This is for sure money laundering. And tell me, please write in and tell me that your father-in-law owns a mattress firm and he's framing him for the money laundering. I can't wait to hear how I'm absolutely correct on that. Not the crime. All right, this one is long, but it's a good one.
I love it.
2-ish months after marriage, my husband and I got tired of extremely passive-aggressive behavior, and after one very obvious event, asked for a sit-down for everyone to work out their feelings and issues.
So bold, so brave,
so
strong.
Since it was obvious his mother and his sister had some. We were trying to be the bigger people and give his family a chance to be direct if they had a problem instead of dealing with extreme passive-aggressiveness. The meeting started with his mother storming out of her bedroom and screaming at me, saying that God had shown her who I really was and that I needed to put all of my dirt out on the table. Amid her red-faced, spit-flying screaming, she accused me of being a liar and deceiving her son into marrying me. Apparently, God himself told her that I am manipulative and a different person when he is around. She screamed at me to put your dirt on the table, tell him who you really are, etc. Since I have no secrets from my husband, I just sat calmly and stared at her. My husband was immediately on his feet, saying if she didn't stop, we were out the door and they would never see us again. It finally got through to her, but it has made for a rough start to the relationship. For context, she has always been overpossessive of her son to the point where he cut her off as a teenager. She also later apologized to after my husband told his dad, who had tried to say that what happened at this table stays between us. And once we got up, everything should be settled, that we weren't okay and we would need to get over what had really happened. Since she apologized, I guess that she didn't really hear from God. Many rough things had happened with them, but that takes the cake. Wow. What a journey.
Nothing like turning an intervention around.
Right. And being like, you're the problem. God told me. Like when someone is yelling at me and said, God told me, I'm like, God did not tell you, because he definitely wouldn't want you to tell me in this attitude.
Right.
Like, he would not want you yelling at me.
Yikes.
I love that you just like sat calmly and were just like,
yes. Yeah, it sounds like you and your husband handled this like actual professionals.
Right. And I love that he stood up for you.
Yes.
Because that's the right way.
And kudos to you for at the end of it not just being like, okay, well, I guess we'll just like move on like nothing ever happened.
Right. And you're like, no, we're not doing this.
Dang.
That's crazy.
That is
crazy
wild.
behavior. I just never knew what was coming next.
No.
I was like, wow.
Truly.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Well,
bizarre.
Hopefully things get better with that.
Yes, I'm so sorry.
Hopefully God will tell her that you are indeed not the problem.
Correct.
And perhaps
and that she is the problem. Maybe she'll lean into the conviction that she's probably feeling and doesn't know what to do about it.
All right. This story says, the day that I had to go out and buy new clothes because my chubby prego body didn't fit anything anymore.
Relatable.
My father-in-law, oh no, not the father-in-law. My father-in-law looked me dead in the face and said, wow, really packing on the pounds.
No, he did not.
As she is growing a human.
Oh my gosh.
I think it was actually his way of saying your belly is getting bigger. But the pregnancy hormones really got rid of any rationalization in my brain that
There's
day.
no rationalizing.
Cried about 5 times. LOL. As I would.
Oh, I would
you
have
should.
Sobbed uncontrollably. Like I would not have been okay.
Packing on the pounds
when you're pregnant and growing his grandchild.
Pregnant, when that's like the goal. For you to
your
get
feelings
bigger.
are totally validated here, and there's no rationalizing.
No.
This man is insane.
No.
I
don't understand how in this day and age, with all the resources the men have out there, why they still think it's acceptable to say anything in this realm to
anything
women.
Like that.
Any woman, wife, daughter-in-law, sister, okay. random person
on the street.
Around, like no. Let's stay away from people's appearances.
Absolutely.
Positive or negative.
And if you're ever going to comment anything to a pregnant woman, the only thing to say is you look beautiful and you're glowing. That's the only thing to say. There's nothing else to say.
Yeah.
Nothing else to say.
It.
That is psycho behavior.
That really is psycho behavior.
You're really putting on the pounds. I'm so sorry.
Gosh.
Not you just growing his grandchild and he's telling you you're fat.
Honestly, all these in-laws need to be more grateful.
Yeah.
Is my takeaway so far.
Yeah. No, truly. They really need to be more grateful. This is my last one. The first time I pick up my husband, my then boyfriend, to meet with his friends, his dad was sitting on the couch watching TV while his mom was cleaning up the kitchen for dinner. He yelled out to her right. No, true. It keeps going that way. Boy. He yelled out to her to bring him a snack, so I offered to bring it to him since I hadn't said hello to him yet. This man took one look at me in a V-neck shirt with a tank top under it and called me a hooker in Italian, thinking that I wouldn't understand. He still to this day doesn't know that I understand Italian. He constantly bitches about me, his wife, and his son-in-law in Italian. He refused to teach his children or wife the language. No one else understands him most of the time, and they ask and he gives them a BS answer. It's now become a game of mine to see what ridiculous thing I can do to set him off into Italian. So far, my favorite was wearing a one piece to go swimming. That...
Yikes.
I love this for you though, that you understand it and know like what he's saying, and he has no idea. That is like a pit of, like perfection, honestly, that you know what he's saying. But also, this is terrible. Let's make that so clear.
Right. Situation, father-in-law, terrible. You having inside scoop, 10 out of 10.
When I was getting my nails done today and they wouldn't stop speaking whatever language they were speaking, I'm not sure. I just was so insecure the entire time. I'm like, what are you saying about me? What am I doing that's wrong?
About me.
100%. And I hate every second of it.
Yeah.
So I love this for you, that you are like, you know what's going on, and he thinks he's getting away with it and he's not. I'm like, a win for the girls.
For the girls, truly.
A win
and
for the
I just
girls.
can't wait until you just like pick your moment and you just like call him out on what he said.
Absolutely.
And it's just going to come rushing back to him like,
oh, yes.
What are all the things I've said in front of her
His
over
face
all
is
the
going to
years?
go white, and he's going to be like a ghost. Like, he's not going to believe it.
That's going to
and
be
you have to tell us how that
moment.
goes,
Yes.
because you're going to pick your
tell
perfect
us.
moment to explain, like, to say something to him in
I can't
Italian,
wait.
and it'll be perfect.
But also, like, let's go back to
oh, yes.
him calling you a hooker when you were like fully covered. And also, did it say how old she was when that happened?
No.
It just said before,
No.
like, they were boyfriend, girlfriend.
They were
then.
just boyfriend, girlfriend, yeah.
I'd just be so curious to know what age of person you were.
Totally. Yeah, like, was this a high school thing? It's also like...
Well, yeah, if her husband or boyfriend at the time was still living with his parents, I have to assume that they were probably
Oh,
at least
probably.
younger than
Yeah.
22 or something.
Definitely, yeah.
Which, like, sir...
Why are you saying anything about her looks? I'm like, you also could have been in revealing clothes, but the fact that he still just called you a hooker is not okay. But it's the fully covered
when
for
you're
me.
literally bringing him a snack.
Right. Doing something nice for him. Isn't it a man
Men in their
to say
audacity.
something like that when you're doing something nice for them? That's crazy. Your in-laws are all psychotic.
Yeah, I'm like
They're
sitting
all-
here feeling so much more grateful for my
I know. I'm like,
in-laws.
let me go call Joy and be like,
message.
hey, you're the best. Thank you for being such a good in-law, like such a good mother-in-law. Like,
Yikes.
seriously, because this is psychotic behavior.
Thank you for sharing all the tea with us.
Yes.
Hope all of that gets better for all of you.
Like,
But if it
collectively.
doesn't, keep the content for us. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
I love getting all the content. Love getting all the tea. And I need some follow-ups. I need to know about the crime. I need
Yes.
to know about the mattress firm
Yes.
money laundering. So I need that follow-up. Let me know. Please send me a message, because I'm desperate to know what the crime was. And I will give a follow-up on Instagram.
We are just
So.
nosy like that. We need to know the
Absolutely.
details.
I mean, there's a reason I do these stories episodes. Like, tell me everything. I need every detail. Don't leave anything out. And that's also why I started doing them anonymously, because I was like, maybe if I do anonymous, like with a form, more people will respond. And they have, and it's been fantastic.
we love it.
So,
love to see it.
love it. Well, thank you for being on the podcast today.
course.
Let's
Thanks
go
for
eat
having
some
me.
chicken and steak
I'm
and
so
potatoes
excited.
and
Let's do it.
zucchini. And we got a grill. And so that's all we've been doing is grilling out.
It's the best.
And it's the best.
We also have an ice cream cake tonight for
We
Corbin's birthday.
do have an ice cream cake, and I can't wait to eat it.
It's going to be great.
Well, thank you so much for listening to the podcast today, friends. I had a fun time. Thank you for being here, Caroline.
Of course.
And we will talk
Don't forget
soon.
to subscribe on YouTube.
Yes, it's so important and really helps me out. Love you, friends. Talk soon.